Good afternoon, citizens. I think first off, I would like to send condolences to the families of Molly Hapey and Marion. I know it's been challenging throughout this pandemic when people have passed and not being able to be there, and gather how we usually gather and support each other. The province's update, there's no new, the restrictions haven't been lifted, so Hitatsu will still remain in phase 1, which restricts travel to Hitatsu. And on that note, people, essential workers that are pre-approved to come into Hitatsu will be allowed. Citizens going to work and coming back are allowed. One of the things that we'd like to address is citizens from away from home coming into Hitatsu at this time. I think it's a concern. Just for local health reasons and having outside exposure come to Hitatsu might possibly bring the virus in the community. I know it is hard for everybody to be at this stage, and it's been almost 10-11 months since we've actually been able to travel freely. As we move forward into February, I think we do have concerns with the new variant that has been well known to be in Canada and other countries, and that is more transmissible according to Dr. Henry. And I think in the near future, we have the gate that is in place from last spring, but I think we'll be, potential to have a gate there again is a reality if things start to, the virus does start to come closer to home. And I know at this time we've been pretty lucky. We've had some close calls of exposures or whatever, but we haven't had any cases at Hitatsu, and we'd like to remain like that. The main objective of the government here, the elected government from Hitatsu, is to maintain safety for all citizens within Hitatsu, and to ensure that we can continue on a daily function without having to go into lockdown or curfews. If it does come to a point where we do have infections or the virus becomes within Hitatsu, where we will actually go to the next stage, and I don't think anybody wants to go to that stage. So with that, I would like to encourage people to maintain their social distancing, wash your hands, sanitize, and just don't go to your neighbors or you might think it's okay just the one time, but that might be the one time that is going to cost somebody to be infected. So, and I just want to do that. We have so many precious people here, and if you don't believe that, we've lost 2 of our elders just in this last little while. In the previous year, 2020, we've lost elders, we've lost citizens, and we haven't been able to be together with the families to support them. And that ability for us hits us really hard in our culture, because we've always been there to support each other. And we need to support each other through this pandemic, get it over with, and then we can get on to doing the things that we need to do to make it right for the people that have passed, to come together as a nation and acknowledge all the people and all the losses we've had over this last year. And through that, I hope people will heal, people will once again come together with that grief, sorrow, and closure, even though that there never can be closure. I mean, when somebody passes, it's important for, I mean, people to understand, to get through that. I know tempers and people, I mean, are frustrated. I feel the same frustration, not being able to do what I mean is usually take my family to places to even go out for a simple dinner and be able to enjoy those things. Just a simple ability to share a meal over a table with my grandchildren, you know, and I know that everybody feels that. And it's hard, so if we can just focus on getting through this, wash your hands, sanitize, wear your mask, and don't let your guard down. Because all it does is just takes that one time. You know, you might just say, I mean, go to co-op, go to where, go have something to eat. It all adds up to how many times you are exposed to the potential virus or transmitting of that. And with, I mean, some of the new variances, I mean, it might not be able to be detected up until 21 days. I mean, that's some of the new information that they're talking about. So that means, you know, 21 days, 20 days out, I mean, has the potential. So, thank you.